Things like this huge piece of debris are just littered everywhere across the street around Branson. And we have some pretty amazing video we shot earlier this morning of just the damage around town. Holes in buildings, roofs coming off. Behind us, there's a huge hole in the Branson Mall. Recently, Joplin High School held their first prom since the devastating tornado. Ironically, the theme was fairy tale. There are actually people already working on the McDonald's trying to repair it when it was damaged by last night's tornado. The oldest park in this community, well over a century old. And even though it was virtually wiped off the map after the tornado, it is now one of the few places in the tornado's path where that Walk of Unity will be that has been completely reborn. One man, a burglar, broke out this window here. You can even see some blood stains from where he cut himself on the way out. An organization here in Tulsa is giving you a chance to experience Alzheimer's or dementia for yourself. And writing is going to be almost impossible. I can't see. Think I'm supposed to fold this? Something that I want to stress here is that watching us do it and then actually doing it for yourself is just such a completely different experience. I mean,
woo! All right. We're going over the edge right now. Never done this before.
Wow. You can see kind of underneath his arms there. That's the ground.
The Journal of the American Medical Association just released a new study that found about half of the drugs that are commonly prescribed to kids don't have recommended dosages for the very kids that they're being given to. So here was Dana Malone living in a small duplex here in Owasso without a job and at one of the lowest points in her life. One day she opens up the mail and finds a coupon for $3 off of body wash, something that she needed. To most people, it's no big deal, but this coupon changed Dana's life. Breaking news, FBI has become involved with a case against a McLeod teacher. The agents executed a search warrant today for a man known as Uncle G to McLeod students. Students of former teacher Kimberly Crane would Skype him. Investigators now say that man is Gary Doby, a professor at Bloomsburg University of Pennsylvania. Well, besides being a great baseball player, Jake Decker has a greater heart, and his willingness to help a complete stranger after a tornado hit his town hopefully won't put his big league dreams on hold.
It's just one of those things, you get down the cellar and wait it out and hope you can open the door when it's over and everything's still there.
When this deadly EF5 tornado ripped through Piedmont a few weeks ago, it left a trail of destruction. Although it spared the Deckers' home, that didn't stop 19-year-old Jake Decker from looking for people who needed help.
I mean, that's just Jake. I mean, he's constantly stopping and helping pull people out of a ditch. He just has a kind heart.
On May 24th, after stopping to help a motorist untangle a wire from her car's axle, Jake had an accident. Part of the wire suddenly sprung up and poked his left eye, rupturing the lens and puncturing his cornea. An injury like this is especially dangerous to Jake because he'll need a good eye to pursue his passion, baseball. Jake's dream is to play in the big leagues. He was the star shortstop for the Oklahoma City Broncos, a homeschooled team that plays and beats 5A and 6A competition. His dad, Lane, is a major league scout for the San Diego Padres. His coach is OSU legend and former big leaguer Monty Ferris. Jake has signed to play at Eastern Oklahoma State College. And last week, during the major league draft, he got a surprise. While he was in a hospital bed following surgery, the New York Mets picked him in the 43rd round.
And I had the laptop on. We were trying to get him to wake up so he could hear his name called. But he was just so in and out of it at the time that he didn't even hear his name called.
He's choosing the college route for now, hoping to improve his game. With plenty of rest, doctors expect his left eye to almost completely heal. But as for that fateful day a few weeks ago when he could have easily lost his sight,
I mean, seeing that lady on the side of the road and knowing what you know now, I mean, would you do it again?
Yeah, I wouldn't change anything. I mean, you can't just stop helping people just because one thing's going to happen.
Jake right now, I don't think he knows why this has happened to him. I don't know why it's happened to him. I don't think anybody can explain, but I think in the end he will grow from this, and it'll be an experience that will propel him to a higher level.
instead, doctors told his mother that if this exact injury would have happened just 10 years earlier, he probably would have been permanently blinded.
Its recreators hope that it will be a place for those people who were affected by the tornado to heal. Cunningham Park is one of the first signs of new life in Joplin. It's the oldest park in the city, an anchor of a community that has lost so much.
Just got more intense, the wind, and then you could see the trees started really like they were moving with the wind.
Christine Kamensky and her family live just a couple of blocks away from the path the deadly tornado laid a year ago.
It's just really shocking to me to see the amount of destruction that happened.
Her kids now enjoy a park that has been rebuilt with the help of a popular home makeover show, countless volunteers, and men like Chris Cotton. He had been in Joplin for less than 3 months when it hit.
This park is where the tornado went from an EF4 to an EF5.
Is there an image that's going to stick with you?
A lot of images, a lot of death, a lot of bad things that night. Things I'd rather not talk about, but yeah, there was a lot of bad things.
The park is still a work in progress. The symbolism is not lost. The reflecting pool is a memorial for the children of Joplin who were lost that day.
This was the first time I've been to the park and had some time.
And for people like Sister Priscilla Moreno, a member of the convent that helped found the hospital that took the worst of the tornado, Cunningham Park is a sign of brighter days ahead.
It just tells us that there is a possibility in our country that there can be peace without violence. And it takes I'd say that it takes a destruction like this to make us mindful that there's others that are in need.
Well, Rich, this symbolism is just everywhere in Cunningham Park. I mentioned the reflecting pond to commemorate the children who were lost, and there are also trees, 161 trees. Of course, there were several 100-year-old trees in Cunningham Park before the storm, but now they've replanted 161 trees, one for each of the victim who was lost that day a year ago.
And what we found was nothing short of incredible.
I was being destroyed mentally because I was worried about how I was going to support my son, how I was going to give him the things he needed, not wanted, needed.
So here was Dana Malone living in a small duplex here in Owasso without a job and at one of the lowest points in her life. One day she opens up the mail and finds a coupon for $3 off of body wash, something that she needed. To most people, it's no big deal, but this coupon changed Dana's life.
So it just kind of snowballed to where I am now. My next to the youngest son, him and his girlfriend were really struggling. They just started shopping at my house.
8 months ago, she transformed her home into a food pantry, literally. Anyone she knows can come in and get what they need, and her shelves are stocked better than some grocery stores.
Well, this area right here, as you can see, is cat food, health and beauty items, personal care items. This is our household and shampoo closet. There's pencils, color crayons, pens, a basket full of everything.
And the story doesn't end there, not even close.
Here's everything that we got for this weekend.
Every 2 weeks, Neighbors in Need Food Pantry gets a big boost in their supply, thanks to Dana Malone.
It's gotten to be, she provides over 50% of our household items now.
I am in need of help, and these people really do help. They don't know how much I appreciate their help.
She also donates to Prairie Village, a retirement community for low-income seniors.
This is one of my favorite closets. I was able to get diabetic meters for my seniors in need for tax only.
And somehow Dana still finds time for herself. She now has a part-time job, babysits little Noah, and is going to college. She wants to be a lawyer someday.
So as couponing saved not only my life, but it saved my sanity, absolutely. All right, you want to cut some Campbell's? Where's the Campbell's?
Dave Davis, News on 6.